Hello, my name is Linda Dolke. I'm a demonstrator with Stampin'Up here in Australia, and today we're making a masculine card, and I'm going to show you how to use the Stamparatus to make a really cool background. I hope you enjoy it. So today we're making this cute little card. It is a masculine card this time, and I wanted to show you how I use the Stamparatus to do the background and how I put this card together. So it actually features the Classic Garage bundle, which is in our Occasions catalogue. So that's this one here. It's out in January to May 2019, and you can see the stamp set here. It's a lovely set. It's got a lovely oil spot and some great sentiments, and the car, of course, and for mechanics you got your toolbox and you've got your oil can, and then also we've got a fabulous set of papers that match this. So I've only got part of a pack here because I've chopped mine up heaps. But you can see lots and lots of great, strong, bold colours for guys or anybody who likes cars. We've got black and silver ribbon, which is part of this, and we've got some matching pieces like little embellishments and paper, and of course the framelits that match the stamp set. So let me show you how I put that together. I'm going to move these out of the way. You can see I've used a couple of different colours on here. I think we'll go with a red car today because I have actually been colouring cars earlier in the day. And I'm going to start with my Stamparatus. Now, the Stamparatus in this case, because it's a rubber set, it doesn't need the mat, the black mat that comes with the Stamparatus, so you can get rid of that, because when you're using the rubber stamps, they already have a layer of foam, so you don't need to add the foam mat, because essentially you already have the layer of foam between the back, the sticker on the back, and the rubber on the front. So in between there is your foam. Okay, so that's why you don't need the mat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here with a piece of smoky slate. This is smoky slate cardstock, and I'm just going to pop my magnet there. I want that pushed right into the corner, and I'm actually going to start by placing it rubber side, stamp side down on top here. I need to bring my head in a little, so my apologies if you're finding that you're looking at the back of my head. Sorry about that. And I'm going to use smoky slate ink on the smoky slate cardstock because I want quite a subtle background. Okay, so I've got that open. I'm now going to, now I've got it positioned where I want it to be on the card, I'm going to bring over the Stamparatus, give it a little push, and pick up the stamp. Okay, so I'm now going to ink it. I just find a light inking is all you need, and then I'm going to bring over the plate and give it a bit of a push. When you're close to the corner, like it is here, you may find you need to apply a little more pressure, but it's not very much. And you can see I've stamped it right here in the corner. Now what I want to do is I want to create, if you have a look at one of the samples, this repeating pattern. I don't have to move my stamp each time. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to pull it straight out of the hinge and move it down one hinge space. Okay, so I'm moving my plate, not my stamp. So I'm going to ink it up again. Now the really cool thing about the Stamparatus, it's fabulous for people who like things to be exactly right and perfectly lined up. That's what this will do for you. You see there, I've done it again. I'm going to ink it up again. But also, if you make a mistake, you just re-stamp. So if you didn't have enough ink on the stamp, you can just ink it up again and do it once again. Or if you want to darken it up, you can just re-stamp. So you don't make many mistakes with the Stamparatus. It's actually very, very great. It's fantastic for people who like things to be just the way they like them. Alright, so you can see now I've done the Euro Classic stamp straight down the side here. I'm actually done with that. I love this step method. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and as far as I know, there's no other product out on the market that is doing it exactly like this. I'm just going to move this away. Don't need that now. We have our piece. Now I've already pre-cut my pieces, so I've got a piece of the Classic Garage paper, and I'm just going to put a little snail on the back here, and I'm going to put this piece in, and the same, I've got a little piece of silver, a silver strip that is cut to the same size as the paper, and I'm going to pop a little bit of adhesive on the back of that as well. Some people think that the silver paper has you can peel the backing off to, and they're self-adhesive, but they're actually not. It's just lovely sparkly paper, but you do have to add glue to the back if you want it to stick down. Alright, so I've got my piece here. Now I've already gone ahead and I've cut with our stitch shaped framelits a square. This is the largest square from the stitch shaped framelits. I'll just show them to you really quickly. These are actually my favourite dies that we have. Of all the dies, and I've got a few favourites, but these are my absolute favourite. And if you don't have these, if you have a big shop but you don't have the stitch shaped dies, get them. Okay, you can hop over to my online store. All you got to do is go to either my blog or my Facebook page. I'll put the links down below, and then there's a shop now button, and you click there to get whatever you need, anything I'm using today or anything else paper crafty that your heart desires. So these are the stitch shaped framelits, and you get 4 squares, 4 ovals and 4 circles in the one pack. Here in Australia, these are $50, and I think they are a fantastic buy. If you have no other framelits, you can do so much just with these ones. They are fantastic. So I've already cut the largest square, and I'm going to stamp that. Now I'm going to start with basic grey, which is a darker grey than what we used before with the smoky slate. And I'm going to go into my Geared Up Garage stamp set again, and I'm going to use this kind of oil spot stamp, this one here. Okay, so I'm just going to use it. You can use box C or D for this. Either size will work. And I'm going to ink it up in the basic grey. And I want this to kind of look like, almost like smoke coming out the back of the car. So I had somebody in a class recently say this car blew a head gasket because it's looking kind of like it's not feeling very well. So I've actually stamped this twice, once full strength and once stamped off, so that I get the 2 colours. And if you wanted to, you could also use your black ink, up to you totally. I might just bring this in and just add a little bit more depth, a little bit more smoke happening out the back here. Okay, I want that kind of to look like, so my car at the end is going to end up here, and I want this to kind of look like a bit of smoke coming out the back. But you can just play around with that and make it look anyhow like what you want. Then I've also got some of the silver and black ribbon from the same suite. This is fantastic ribbon. A lot of people ask me, they say, does the ribbon have a right side and a wrong side? And no, it doesn't. It's the same on both sides. So I'm bringing my scissors in. These are my scissors, the big ones I use for ribbon. I think that they're fabulous. We used to sell these. We don't have any currently like this. We have the paper snips, which are fabulous for paper, but I like a specialty pair just for ribbon. I find that it works better if I just keep it for that one thing. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive to the ends of this. So a little bit, maybe about an inch or so on each end. Just make sure it's the same size. And that makes it really easy to pop this down and wrap it around the back, because it's got that adhesive already on it. Now, just to make sure that's going to stay where we want it to, I'm also going to use some dimensionals. And I'm going to pop those on the back here. I can hear my husband coming home in the driveway, so I hope he doesn't make too much noise when he comes in, because otherwise you guys will have to hear all that. I was hoping to be finished before he came home, but you know, that's how it goes. Alright, so I'm just positioning this here, and I want to make it so I can see the word classic down here. It says You're a Classic across the top, and we've got classic, classic, You're a Classic down the bottom. Okay, now I have already got a car that I cut out earlier. I'm going to use this red one. So what I've done is I've cut the car out from, I stamped it with Memento ink, I cut it out with my framelits, and then I coloured it with my blends, and it is going to go up here. So I'm going to pop a couple of dimensionals behind that as well. Not too far to the front, because the front of the car is going to be sticking out here. And I'm going to position that just here, like this. Okay, we're getting close to done. The last thing I wanted to do is add some of these little silver cogs. Now these are from the framelit set. Let me show them to you. Whoops, I just flicked that away from the table. It just went totally onto the other side. How funny. Oh, whoops. So this just positions under here Okay, and here's another one here, just a little bit of glue on the back of that, and I'm just going to pop it in there behind my car, and then the whole thing is just going to get adhered. I just pop a little bit of adhesive on each side. I have here a piece of Whisper White Thick. I prefer to use Whisper White Thick cardstock for my card bases. I just think it makes them nice and strong, and they will be sturdy. And let's position that on the front. And that's our card done. It's a nice, quick little masculine card, but with some really interesting elements on it. So we've got our cogs. Oh, I was going to show you those really quickly. Where are they? Huh. Here they are. Sorry guys, I'm always stuff everywhere, but you know, that's how it is. Alright, so this is how you've got your car. That's the car shape there, and you've got all these little different shapes to cut out the stamps, and you've got some little cogs. You can see those three there are the ones that I've used on my card. And on the back here we also have a big cog set, so I could use those as a main feature on my card if I wanted to. But these are absolutely fantastic. If you have a car lover in your home, then you will really want to have these. Once again, they're available on my online store, and you're very welcome to shop there. Just go either to the blog or the Facebook page and click the Shop Now button, and you'll find all these things available. These Garage Gears set are available until the end of May, unless they continue into our next big catalogue, but we won't know that until the next catalogue is released, and the catalogue release is coming up for demonstrators really soon. So stay tuned, and then you'll know whether it's going to continue, but it's a great set to have. So I hope you enjoyed the card, and you enjoyed learning how to use the Stamparatus to do the step technique. Thanks guys, bye.